real $5,000 a week full-time mining job. Conversations about mining. Welcome to Australian Mining for New Starters, and in today's video we are going to have a look at some of these videos that have been going around by people claiming that they're earning $5,000 a week in mining. So I've been mining for 30 years now, and I only know one job where you make $5,000 a week or more. Most of the guys that are any good at it at the moment, they're making around $8,000 a week doing this job. But I don't know any other full-time job that makes that money. If you look at the diesel mechanics, or who we refer to as fitters, they're all making around $160,000, $180,000 for a full-time job, sometimes $200,000. If they whore themselves out and go labour hire, then yeah, definitely they can make $250,000 a year. So that's your $5,000 a week, not a problem. But if the guys that I'm talking about on the other job whore themselves out, those guys can make $10,000, $12,000 a week if they want to. And especially if they want to go overseas, they can make even more. So I just wanted to, go through and talk about how these videos are very misleading and not really getting at the truth because, obviously everybody does swings, and the job that I'm talking about is a jumbo operator job. And these jobs that I'm talking about are for even time rosters or going away overseas. This is an overseas one. It's got $410,000 a year going overseas. We posted this on our Facebook page a few months ago when it came up, just to show people, what you can aspire to. And we got a few comments back from jumbo operators saying, why would I want to go to Indonesia to make $400,000 a year when I can do it in WA or South Australia or New South Wales? So, there's a lot of jobs around Australia in all these gold and copper mines around the place that are paying big money. And the only job that I know that's a full-time job that pays $5,000 a week or more is the jumbo operator job. There might be some offshore jobs that I'm not familiar with, and yeah, that's perfectly acceptable because those guys make good money. But yeah, we've had a few guys get jobs in Broken Hill lately, and Burncut have picked up a contract in Broken Hill, and they've employed somebody that was born and bred Broken Hill that's gone away and worked with them and come back again, and he's not backwards and coming forwards and telling everybody that he's making $400,000 a year on an even time roster, as a jumbo operator there. Now, some of the other guys in towns like that are working in base metal mines, they might only be making $250,000 or $270,000 or $280,000 on the jumbo, but that's still full-time work for half a year because that'll be an even time roster. So it won't be like this guy where his $5,000 a week really turns into a $5,000 a fortnight. These jobs that I'm talking about with the jumbo operators, their $5,000 a week job turns into a $10,000 a week fortnight. And so if we come over to our underground training site, and this is under the blogs, the latest gold boom, you can have a look at the third tier jobs. And so jumbo operators, shift bosses and foremans, it's $1,200 to $3,000 a day. But the reason I'm bringing you over here is to show you that you can start off on the nipper or a service crew or pace crew, 90 to 120, work your way up to a bogger or a charge up or something like that, or a leading hand service crew, 140 to 220, and then you make the jump onto a jumbo. And that's the career path to get to this job. Can't just go and jump on it straight away. It doesn't work like that, but you need to work your way up through the crew. But 5 to 10 years with what's going on in mining at the moment is a very achievable goal. And if you want to start your career, you can have a jump on the page. I'll leave the link underneath, and you can read this. And it's the easiest way to get a mining job is to give the employers what they want. So go to where the employers need people. So that's on all the gold mines. So around Kalgoorlie's especially, there's a lot of jobs there. Perth Line Fly Out, Mount Isa, a lot of base metals, mines up there, and copper. Middle of New South Wales, there's lots of gold and copper, and lots of copper around South Australia as well, all needing people. And the next thing you need to do is give them what they want, somebody that knows how their mine works. You can't stress how important it is that if you do the DIY package or one of the other packages that we've got and you learn how the mine works, it puts you 6 to 8 weeks ahead of everybody else that's interviewing for these jobs, and that's how you're going to get yourself a job. But there's lots of work out there, and it leads you to the real $5,000 a year job. And the other thing too with this is that a lot of these guys, this guy, if you press play, he's going through his pay and he's working out how much overtime he's making and all that sort of stuff and all that. If you come over to Seek and you type underground in, you bring up all these companies. McMahon's, if you're on site, they don't pay penalties, it's a flat rate. BHP on site, that'll be a flat rate too, it won't be penalties. Northern Star will be a flat rate, not penalties. You don't get paid for, you don't get overtime. You can do overtime shifts. It's just, you just get a flat rate and you don't get any public holidays or anything like that. It's all accounted into your salary, into your flat rate with your roster, and that's the way it works. We had Freddie that got the job in Mount Isa through Hayes with Jetcrete. His job is a flat rate job. Jetcrete don't pay penalties, it's just a flat rate. All the underground companies, all the actual mining companies where you go to be a miner, nobody pays penalties. They all pay flat rates. So when you see somebody like this talking about penalties and all that sort of stuff, you know they're in the shutdown or the construction side of the industry. And that's not mining, it's construction and shutdown. If you want an actual mining job where you go to work and you blow the rock up and you put it in the back of the truck and you send it upstairs to be processed, that's an actual mining job. And the $5,000 a week mining job is the jumbo operator job, and that's the only real $5,000 a week mining job that's full-time that I know of. Yes, like I said before, if you want to whore yourself out, you can go labour hire and you can probably bring it up to that $5,000 a week if you're doing an even time roster, if you're a diesel mechanic or a sparky or something like that. But it won't be a full-time job. All the full-time jobs for the sparkies and the fitters, it's all around that 160 to 200,000 a year. Nobody makes what the jumbo operators make except for the foremans. They're the only other people underground that make that sort of money. It just is what it is. So that's what you want to be, is the jumbo operator. So that's the real $5,000 a week full-time mining job. I hope they found that information helpful, and if you could like the video, share the video around and sign up to the channel, that would be really helpful. Thanks.